Just waiting to see if it changes on my end. We all being captured live, which is fine. All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to part 3 of The Last Equation. I don't have much in the way of a preamble other than to say, I think last time you guys explored the dorm room, found some more information. Our favorite Dr. Julio Rodrigo did an interview. And that was pretty much it. I believe we left off with you guys being called back to Alliance, New Jersey, by Agent McDonald, because he had seen the stream and was annoyed, I guess is the way we should say it. Yeah, I guess for everybody, if this is your first episode, what are you doing here for part 3? Go back and watch part, or don't. It doesn't matter to me. But we will get going, I guess. Do I need to introduce everybody again? Should we do that?
We have name tags.
We do. Yeah, all right. Screw it. Whatever.
Although
live
our
on
name
the
tags
edge.
only go one level deep, and right now
sure.
we're like 3 levels into our various disguises.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought I fixed this. Okay, hang on for a second, everybody. All right, sorry about that. Everyone is in the proper place now.
Now we're back.
Sweet. Okay. All right. Well, hello again, everybody. My name is Cody. I'm the handler. We'll start with Mike and go clockwise, I guess.
I'm Mike. I play Gary. Gary's like an archaeologist slash analyst. And occult.
Great. What's his alias right now?
Oh, he is currently playing Jake Thunder, bodyguard working for Thick Boys. I forgot what the name of the company was. Thick Boys Incorporated. Thick Boys LLC.
Great.
Thick Boys.
Great. Nick, you're up.
I'm Nick. I'm playing Roger, also a CIA analyst. I guess background would be pilot, adventurer, something like that. But currently undercover as Dr. Julio Rodrigo, the mathematics professor currently on leave from the University of Milan at LSU. Yeah.
All right. Chris, you're up.
All right. I'm Chris. I'm playing Frank Ghouls, kind of CIA analyst as well. I'm undercover as Scoops McGee of big time local zine on the zine. And within these last few sessions, Frank has become a xenoholic. So
just picking him up everywhere, going to every indie show, every record shop he can find, just grabbing zines left, right, and center.
Yeah, just at every new location we go to, Frank is just gonna scan and see if there's any zines.
Great. All right, and finally, Zoe.
I'm Zoe. I'm playing James, who's also a CIA analyst. James is currently playing Gary Roger, who is Frank slash Scoop's photographer.
You guys tell I ran out of names?
This is perfect alias. No one would ever figure out that
No.
it's a fake name.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. So towards evening, I guess, of the second night you guys have been on the case. As I mentioned, the last kind of thing we dealt with was Julio getting a call from Agent McDonald wanting an explanation of what the hell is going on and why were you on a far left stream telling people stuff that we hadn't cleared yet and whatnot. So are you guys heading there right away, or what is the plan?
What was our plan again?
We were going to head there at some point.
Could be time to make a new
And-
plan.
Yeah, I
Will we?
mean,
Or should we just burn Dr. Julio? Because if you go on the
Ooh.
run,
Ooh, I do like the sound of that. Just torch the car and leave a drifter in it with his dental
literally
records or
burn
something.
Oh my gosh.
you mean burn the cover?
at this point, yeah. I think at this point, to Agent McDonald, you're more of a liability than an asset. But I'm
Yeah.
concerned that if we show up, you're going to end up in prison.
Yeah. That is a
To be fair, he has only seriously committed fraud, tampered with evidence at a crime scene in perfect view of everybody.
I'm not saying it's not warranted. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
I mean, we could, if we do burn him, we could, swing it that maybe the government got rid of him because he exposed the truth that they gave out fake numbers.
Which, as
True.
I'm saying that, we have to burn Jake too if we burn Julio.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and Julio was the only in with
Yeah, I
the
don't think we can
FBI,
burn
and
him
the
yet.
FBI still
Yeah.
have the pictures of the numbers. I think that was the reason we were gonna go back.
Yeah, we need to get
to
those.
yeah, but we were. I think. I mean, we had to tie the number back to the family somehow.
Mhm. Oh yeah, we
and
were gonna
give him
make
a
up
neat
some random stuff.
Yeah, give him a
Mhm.
neat little bow to put it away so that nobody else who knows anything about math ever gets this dumped on. Like, we want this. I don't think at this point we'll be able to actually destroy all evidence of this number, right? This
No.
photo has been circulated different places. But if we can put a little bow on it that says case closed
Yeah.
and nobody.
Right, we stop people from looking at it.
Yeah, because it only. I think in our portfolio. Let me double check this before I say it out loud. We were mostly interested in tracing people with math experience.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, it was to trace anybody, but at this point, I think we've kind of stopped the spread outside of the FBI. So if we can stop the spread in the FBI, and then I guess we're working on tracking down
We gotta find these 12 people.
Yeah, or figure out at least what level of math knowledge they have. So I think we could burn Julio if we can get Agent McDonald to close at least the numbers
Yeah.
part of the case.
Mhm.
Right.
He shared that number with those 12 people by email, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Could we just hack in and get rid of that email?
But that
Or-
doesn't
Yeah,
we-
well, I feel like we can hack in and determine who's seen it and who hasn't, to be able to get rid of it from those who haven't seen it, and then we can go visit the ones who have.
that's fair.
It's not a bad
I'm
idea.
on board with that. If we can
Having
get
been-
any less than 12.
The ones who looked at the emails.
Yeah.
Sorry, I need to ask Cody something.
Sorry, yeah, you were gonna ask a question.
I was gonna ask if Cody's back. He's still muted. What was I gonna ask? Oh, as the one who looked at the emails, was there any delivery receipts? Like, was that set up on the email account that we were looking at?
Nobody ever says yes to those.
Sorry, I muted myself and then my Discord froze. So,
Oh,
Ah,
of course.
But you're back now. I was just asking
Yes.
if when we were investigating Michael Way's email account, if it had like delivery receipts set up.
No, so the problem is he sent it to a
Right, it
Um,
was a mailing list.
yes.
There were
Right.
individual emails.
Hmm.
That's a good point. Okay, scratch that question then.
so we're hacking it.
We can try, but the mail. I mean, I don't know. Does oh okay. Roger has computer science, so this is fair. The mailing list might not actually give us the appropriate level of information, even if we do hack into it. But we can.
If we can get into their emails, we can see if they've seen it,
Right. Yeah. Okay.
and we can destroy it from their emails.
What if instead we try to discredit this guy?
we just
Like we
called
start
him fraud.
spamming the mailing list with a bunch of inane mathematics to try and make it look
Start
like
sending random numbers after he's dead.
they don't need to know that he's dead.
I'm sure at some point they're gonna see that he died before those emails came in.
It has been on the news. I was there both
It's
times.
local news. How many of these names are local?
We heard it on the radio on the way in.
Wiesbaden, Germany, Brinkman, Montana, Paris, France, Manila,
Um,
New York City might be a problem.
would any of you be checking your alias's emails?
Yeah, because we had sent emails out
Mhm.
Okay.
from
Yep.
mine
Nick,
at least.
Dr. Julio has an email.
Before I open it, what's the subject line?
Who's it
Um,
from? It's a
In
virus.
capital letters, it says, "I think you're wrong about the numbers," and it looks like it's coming from a T. Markle.
Okay,
We're gonna have to kill him.
that's someone on the list.
That's the one here.
Yeah, in New York. Okay, well, we're going to the station. Okay.
Well, just
I'll-
you and I are going to the station, right?
That's true. Okay, I'll
Before
get. I
you
mean,
go, though, we need to line up these numbers to connect them to that family.
yeah, I can do that on the fly.
What could go wrong?
No, we okay. Yeah, we got to line up the numbers, to the family, and then okay. Why don't I'm just a pretend math genius here. Why don't you all work on lining up those numbers? Maybe social security numbers, or dates of birth, or maybe mother's maiden name, or something like that. I'm going to email Ms. Markel. I'm not really sure, and see if I can get some location information for a second stop, or maybe to split up, divide and conquer.
Cody, could we get the house number of the house of the family that was murdered, the coordinates of the house of the family that was murdered, their phone number, and their dates of birth?
So here's what I'm gonna say is in the Miss Markel, if Nick is going to open it.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm
it's
gonna.
a-
I do want to respond to her. Sorry, I almost went into my accent talking to you now, Cody.
It's
That's
who you
fair.
are now.
Her first question is, did the murder occur at exactly 2:28:13 p.m. on October
12.
day was it? October 12th? She also says, sorry, give me one more second. I gotta go back through this. Do, 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 do. She also asks, did he fire exactly 16 times?
This woman knows what's up.
She
Mhm.
This
says,
person.
I bet that I bet that if you add up the social security numbers, license plates, bank accounts, and mortgage amounts for everybody at the family, that you would get exactly. Oh God. Well, you get the number. I don't know what that actually is a real number. Thousand, million, billion, trillion, 9,920 trillion, 229,989,212,333.
Yo, did this just email us a lovely, neat little bow how it links to that family?
Yeah.
It sounds like it.
So she's
What's-
positing these things to you as questions. Like, is this
Oh.
true?
Oh, it's definitely true. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to tell her
Can
that.
we check if these things are true?
You work for the fucking CIA, of course.
I'm
you
gonna
can.
run the I'm gonna run the math on it from the back seat.
How
Okay.
can we only tell?
What's your bureaucracy like, Zoe?
Hmm. My bureaucracy is 50.
Cody maybe
Mm-hmm.
frozen up here.
Uh-oh.
So if let's assume she's right.
Mhm.
I think then that actually hinders us with Agent McDonald rather than helps us, because what we don't want is just to hand the answer to someone who might find it meaningful, right? Like I think we're
Well, something about these numbers, presumably. Oh, maybe it's not even the numbers. We've been working under the assumption that these numbers were somehow what caused this guy to go nuts.
but it might be
But what
Well,
if
yeah.
they are just
numbers.
just numbers, and that led him to this family, and it was something else that caused the
But we were asked.
shooting part.
Well, no, actually, the numbers got flagged. So when we got the briefing envelope, the numbers got flagged.
Uh-oh, that's gonna break everything.
Oh,
Sorry, everyone. One sec.
All good.
crashed.
All right, we're back.
Okay, I apologize. I was letting you know about that. Sorry, Zoe, I had asked you your bureaucracy.
Yes. It's 50.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, you have no trouble getting all the social security numbers, all of the license plates. What else did I mention?
Bank
Their
accounts,
mortgage
mortgage
amounts.
amounts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
credit card
yeah.
numbers.
That's all attached. You run it through, and yep, it equals that number.
Beautiful.
See, because what strikes me is
I think I'm gonna make you roll sanity for that.
See,
Seems.
that's
Use the
what makes it-
calculator, dude.
this is a helpless sanity check. I assume. Certainly
Sorry?
not violence.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's helpless.
I don't want to be helpless. 88.
Ooh, crit fail.
Mm.
Well, you're only gonna lose one, because like,
Thank you. So nice.
what the heck does all of it mean? I will say, Miss.
Sure. That was helplessness?
Yes.
I've got 3 little check boxes for helplessness.
No. Well, we'll deal with that at the end of this.
Woo.
The last thing in Miss Markel's email towards you, Nick, it asks about the gun that was used, like what the serial number is, where it was taken from. She seems to be interested in stuff like that. And she kind of ends the email just saying, like, desperately want to talk to you because I think this is much more concerning than you are, telling people. She puts her phone number and obviously you have her email as well.
I'd like to look her up and get some more information on her.
Okie dokie.
Something seems odd about her.
Mm-hmm.
The fact she was asking about the gun kind of worries me. I'm tempted to adjust the priority, but let's see what she finds.
The fact that she knows all of these things would add up. How did she access all that information?
She's asking.
Okay, so
Yeah, something's weird.
you find her pretty quickly. So Tia Markel, sorry. She lives in New York City. She doesn't seem to have a ton. Like her LinkedIn profile kind of mentions that she's a just kind of a freelance writer. Looks like maybe back in like high school or whatnot, she had more of an inkling for math. You're seeing some like Facebook posts showing her winning some, local competitions or whatnot. But obviously, it's not something that she really went into. But you find some of her writing for various magazines talking to different experts in the field just about the state of modern mathematics.
What about like within not like public things? Like, is there any information on her in like some government stuff?
So she doesn't have a record, so you don't find any nothing criminal. As I kind of mentioned, you don't find her her only kind of like post-secondary education that you're able to dig up is to kind of to a college level like journalism kind of course. Nothing major. She doesn't appear to really own much. She doesn't have any loans out. She's probably renting somewhere in the city. Credit score's pretty good.
Marriage,
Not yet.
Family? Okay.
No, 29, man. And it's what we set this in 2021, so tons of time.
How long have you been married again, Cody? What
I don't
concerns-
remember. 5 years.
Okay.
5 years.
What concerns me about this woman is that she, at the very least, seems to have a grasp of these numbers,
Mm-hmm.
but she has not yet gone out and killed anyone. So one of two things is probably true. She either is wrong, or she will very soon go out and kill someone.
Or does she not have to kill anyone because the numbers she has a grasp on, those people are already dead?
That is also possible.
Maybe she's waiting for new numbers.
Next set of numbers?
Or maybe she's calculating them. There's an equation. Remember, we found there's an equation that he figured out, and so maybe the numbers are not. Maybe the numbers are just how he solved his equation. I don't know.
I like where you're pulling at with that. So I'm gonna give you a bit of I'm gonna throw you a bit of a bone with that, Nick. You're on 100% the right path. So we'll say that Frank, in a moment of clarity, realizes that yes, this person, the student, was dealing with an equation that they had found. The equation in turn spits out large prime numbers. Right? The large prime number is what you saw on the ground. The large prime number is what this person is emailing you about, asking if it connects to all of these pieces of the crime. Right?
Yeah. I'm gonna put something out there, and we can vote. I don't want to go to jail.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
I should be saying this in Roger's voice. I don't want to go to jail, but I also don't want this woman to go on a similar rampage to what we've seen. She's expecting Dr. Julio to call her, but maybe Dr. Julio just wants to arrange a meeting rather than giving any answers over the phone.
Never know who's listening over the phone, you know?
That's very true. And Dr. Julio doesn't need to be at the meeting. Dr. Julio needs to be with Agent McDonald. I'm suggesting, essentially, that we split up yet again.
But we have two Dr. Julios.
Well,
So
perhaps somebody takes Miss Markel to meet Dr. Julio, and well, I'm suggesting abduction, essentially.
oh, we kidnapping?
I'm suggesting
Okay.
abduction.
You want
I mean,
me and Frank to
guide them.
kidnap a lady?
Aren't you also a CIA?
Would
Employee?
make great. It would make great.
I'm an
Is this not
analyst.
something you've done before?
CIA
Can't
analysts
say.
do a lot. Come on.
A lot of kidnappings?
Have you seen what's the Amazon Prime one? Have you seen Jack Ryan? He's an analyst. Come on.
No. No, I
It's a good
haven't.
show. You should watch it.
Okay.
It's like The Office if John Krasinski took steroids, basically.
James didn't want to drive the car with no insurance.
Well, you could impersonate Dr. Julio if you truly want that for yourself.
I'm going to be honest here, Roger. You and I don't look a lot alike. And this person watched your stream.
Well,
Quite
I'm-
actually.
I could just call her and we could reassess the urgency with Miss Markel.
How far?
We could monitor her. Like we can send Scoops and James to just keep an eye on her while you and I go and deal with Agent McDonald.
Right. Give ourselves enough time, like set up the meeting with her with enough time that we could conceivably deal with Agent McDonald and then get
What
back.
if? Yeah. What
And
if you
then as
emailed
long
her
as
back?
James
And,
Frank are there
Mhm.
keeping an eye on her, she can't, or hopefully can't
Okay.
do anything too
'Cause-
outrageous.
Yeah, you could email her back and say you're tied up personally, but you could send a couple like assistants or
Assistant.
something that are fully like aware of the situation that could try and help like get information and answer questions. 'Cause
Yeah, I
no
could,
one's ever met us other than, Enrico Suave or whatever the heck he is.
Our boy Ricky there.
Yeah. The one who we terrorized.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Smashed all of his equipment. Oops.
It
Step.
was an accident.
Mine wasn't.
You just didn't have to be. I like that idea.
Okay.
Do we all like that idea? Okay. There is one other. Sorry, Chris.
Oh no, I was agreeing. Like I can't really think of a better idea than that.
He's like, I've got no excuse to bail out of this situation. Scoops is going in. You gotta forget your
Scoops is-
Scoops for a bit. So it's
Yeah.
now
Okay.
Frank as Scoops as new name here.
Frank as Scoops McGee as
I-
assistant man.
I do gotta say though, an abduction would make for a really good scoop in a zine. You know, he gets some really
I
good.
mean-
He gets some really good.
If it comes down
material
to
out of
it,
that.
and we gotta
I mean,
shove
he's
her
the-
in the back of a car.
He's
We'll
a
see.
renegade reporter. He does what he has to do. Like if he has to like
I'll take pictures the whole time.
Frank as Scoops as Spider-Man.
it's
And
the
then we'll
ultimate
figure
pl-
out what the
ultimate-
next alias is.
Not even Peter Parker, just Spider-Man shows up
Yeah.
in the meeting in a Spider-Man outfit.
and just like a dollar store Spider-Man costume.
You get the mask part still hanging in the front. You're like, it's not the right size. I can't get it over. The arms go up
It's
to
the
here.
ultimate
Too
pl-
tight.
It's a kid's costume.
Yeah. This is like just goes below his knees and over just to his
No,
elbows.
'cause then if it's the kids one, it's gotta have like the really shitty plastic mask.
It's the ultimate disguise.
Well, if he's going as Spider-Man, I'll go as Batman.
No, not doing that.
Oh, he gets to dress up and I don't?
This is a horror. You guys have found the limit.
Oh my god.
We've,
So
we finally
unreasonable.
got off the rails.
This is more unreasonable than when you denied my helicopter.
Oh, don't you dare.
All right. Well, I guess we'll leave you two to figure that out. And
Before we let them go, I would like another strategy session on what we're feeding Agent McDonald, because we can't actually tell him that it has anything to do with the family, because that's apparently, according to this woman, true, and also potentially enough to drive someone homicidal.
With our computer skills, could we potentially make up a fake credit card for the woman that he killed?
Would like to remind you that that's fraud. But yes, you technically could.
abduction is the problem, not fraud. Fraud is fine.
Yeah,
Fraud is as
destruction
far as
of
I'm
property,
concerned.
crime.
fraud, those are all on the okay side. Kidnapping, driving without insurance, those are on the bad side.
I would
Don't
like to
forget the
remind you.
costumes.
I would like to remind you that your handler, so the person who had sent you on this mission, had actually given you an idea for a way to kind of get the family included, which was to say that basically Michael was having an affair with the mother.
Yeah.
Correct. We've decided to go a different way.
Okay, just
Well, I'm saying if we can make up a fake credit card with some transactions that would link them.
do you want to do that legally or not legally? And by
Well-
legally, I mean like through CIA channels, or are you going like?
We going rogue? I don't know. I'm just throwing it as an option.
What if we just make stuff up?
Well,
We can
the
have what
thing
you've
is-
been doing
say
this
that
whole
the
time.
numbers-
We're going to make stuff
we don't
up.
want to tell McDonald's that the numbers add up to this number. But what if we say we use some made up math equation and then they do, like we give him the wrong bits of information, a fake
Yeah.
equation that leads to this number? Because you're the expert. He's relying on you to tell him how the math
But
works.
what's the point of giving that to him?
So our goal is to get him to say that the case is closed, he understands the math, and they don't need to look at these numbers anymore.
Well, he's never going to understand the math. I don't think
Yeah.
he has that as a goal.
It's a bunch of numbers that potentially a nutcase just spray painted on the ground,
Mhm.
right? Like
Correct, but we
You-
don't want
you
them
could-
looking
but
closer
he-
at them.
Yeah.
If we give him a reason that they're there, then they don't need to look closer at them.
Or are they
But if you
there
can
because he
give-
wanted to seem crazy?
yeah, you could theoretically give, if you can give a better alternate explanation, then you have a much easier time of saying he just wrote this random sequence down because he was nuts.
Yeah.
Right? Like they literally mean nothing, because the case was charged by this other whole piece, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at it. You've got two routes. By trying to really force that explanation on a McDonald, you're still making it. You're making the number the priority of the case, which
Mhm.
I don't know if that's the way you guys want to go, right? Because arguably the best way to obfuscate it is to try and shift the focus to something else to make this part look trivial.
We
Does that make
have,
sense?
yeah, it does to me. And I've got a few different trains of thought running here, and I'm just gonna spit something out and
Choo
see.
choo.
Yeah, see what everybody gets on board with. We took all or most of his math notes, Michael Way's math notes.
Yeah.
We could just like scribble that number at the end of a problem and say, look, he was working too hard on a homework problem and he snapped. And if we want to connect the family to him to use the romance thing, just to say, look, this is why they were the target, but he just lost it.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
And that's why
I-
he wrote the number down.
Yeah.
And that's why I couldn't make sense of it, because there's nothing to link it to the case. It's
Yeah.
irrelevant to the case. It's like if I stared at 1 + 1 for 36 hours straight and then carved 2 into my forehead.
Okay, I do like that. That does seem like a good play.
I don't know how wild it would be of a thing for somebody to be so stressed about math problems they're working on that they go crazy, drive 2 hours and murder a random family and not just the closest one to them.
See, but that's because you've never gone to school for engineering. Granted, the rest
What
of your,
did you guys do before?
we had lives. We were real people before we went to university.
Wow. Who would have known?
Well, I think I agree. I agree that there needs to be something else, but I think that's where the idea of shifting the focus comes in, right? The focus is
Yeah.
not he went crazy working on a math problem. The focus is he
Yeah,
went
crazy
crazy
for
Yeah.
and
whatever reason, but this math problem was something he was working on, and that's why it's here.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might be easier to sell that he spray painted just random numbers that mean nothing in an attempt to try and seem crazy at the last second, because he's like, I don't
like
want
that.
people looking into why I did this.
Yeah.
It's
like
kind of the
that's
same as like
excuse.
people who commit crimes and then like run down the street naked to try and pretend that they're insane, but then they're like, you're wearing shoes, you're not crazy.
Yeah, but then you still need to be able to
He
provide
shot
a
himself in
reason.
the head.
So,
But that was
I think
after he
needs
sprayed.
to try and convince people that he's crazy.
It could have been like a train of thought of like, oh my god, I messed up, how do I make it look like I'm crazy, and then be like, oh, no one's gonna believe this, I'm just gonna end it all because I don't want to go to jail.
it's because it's such a horrendously violent act. There needs to be a very sound and passionate reason
Mm-hmm.
for having him do it, right? If you guys are trying to like put an end to it.
Do you want to, James? Do you want to use your investigative skills that you just used on Miss Markel and see if there's anything that can link anyone in the family back to educational system? We did have some basics from the package we received.
What were their jobs?
I have it.
What
written
were
down.
their jobs?
Yeah, the family that was murdered.
I don't know, so I'm gonna make it up. It's a farmhouse. So, and they were a decent sized family. So I think saying that they were farmers is probably pretty reasonable. The dad was is a farmer by trade. The mom, Dita, she is a freelance accountant, because why not? Their kids. Did I have ages? Hold
I would like
hold
to
on.
pitch an idea.
I'm here.
You got
We
the floor?
set it up. We're gonna have to do some work to make this one work, but we set it up and we make it that that's his bank account number, and the freelance accountant mom drained his account, scammed him.
Oh. Like us kind of sending a message about that.
And then he murdered them all, spray painted the card number, and then killed himself because he didn't want to go to jail.
Just
he murdered a whole
the last piece. All the kids were under the age of 18, so they didn't have jobs.
Cool. He's trying to pay for school. He's, working really hard on his math, and somebody steals all his money to support their farm.
If you can make that happen, I like that. I think that's.
Am I capable of setting up an account that has the transaction history to back her stealing all his money by scamming him?
What's your computer science?
My computer science is 60.
You do, but that's going to take time.
How much time do I think it might take?
A couple hours. Because you
Okay.
have to create the account like through various means. You'd have to figure out what her
Yeah.
you already know her bank accounts, but you'd still have to figure out how to mask the transactions. You'd then also need to come up with a way to have it remain plausible that it was hidden and that the cops wouldn't have found it, because then you're trying to float to the FBI that there was an extra account that they didn't find.
I mean, she's trying to scam a dude. She might have a secret account somewhere. Maybe some sort of offshores kind of thing.
Different name.
So yeah, it would take hours.
Okay. Do you think you guys can buy me some hours to make some magic happen?
I think we can, yeah.
You guys can distract everybody for hours while I plug away on my laptop in the backseat of the car.
We can just give them. We can give them his course notes worksheets, right?
I'm nervous about giving them his math stuff. Because
Yeah, I
that's
guess we
kind
don't
of
know.
going against our instruction to not let anyone have any of that.
Right. That's fair.
Okay. The evening is advancing because you guys have been discussing this for a while.
The first thing I got to do is call Tia for anything.
I'm going to immediately start working on getting that stuff set up. Not wasting any time.
Okay.
Clock starts now.
I'm gonna call her. I'll call her on speaker. Just tell everybody to be quiet.
Okay. It rings a couple of times, and then a very shaky voice just kind of goes, "Hello."
Yes, is this Miss Markel?
Oh, Dr. Rodrigo, thank you. Thank God, I'm so glad you called.
Yes, you have many questions.
Yeah, I'm really concerned, because I know you're trying to say that the numbers don't matter, but I can't get it out of my head that the number means everything to this case. It literally solves the whole reasoning of why.
And what do you believe this why is?
Well, because the equation creates such exact pictures, exact fundamental points in time, and it illustrates them through numbers in such stark definitive terms that it explains why Michael would know to go find this family, to go kill this family in particular, in order to satisfy the will of the will of the numbers that he's received from this frankly terrifying equation.
I am not familiar with the equation you're speaking of.
Are you trying to are you saying that because you have seen the equation is in his notes, right?
But she doesn't know that we've seen his notes.
Yeah, I'm
okay. I'm more asking, are you trying to kind of obfuscate that piece, or are you trying to legitimately tell me you don't
No. I'm aware that that Roger has
access
to the equation. I'm
just making sure.
Okay.
Well, then her reaction basically well, it's how he got to the number. It's in his notes. He emailed it to the group yesterday beforehand. I was kind of busy yesterday, so it was only once I heard the news, and I sat down and saw it that I realized that that was the reason. Um, it's 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 everything. It's the equation is what led to this whole thing.
Just are you working this equation yourself?
I I don't know. I mean, frankly, I'm a little intrigued, and you know, would be lying if I said I wasn't interested in trying it. But if it's led Michael to do something like this, I don't know if I really want to. I don't know what it'll tell me.
Hmm. That seems prudent. Perhaps the telephone is not the best way for this. Uh, may we meet tomorrow?
Uh, tomorrow? Sure.
All right, I'll arrange a meeting with her.
I'm not gonna do any work tomorrow. So just meet me at my apartment, and she gives you her apartment address.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I'll see you then.
Oh, before I let her go, I'm just gonna ask her if she's at home now. Like if it's the evening.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we dive in, quick check of we intend right now to go to the police station, the New Jersey police station.
Yes.
And we also have to go to New York City to at least tail Tia. How far are we from each of those things?
New York City is probably about an hour and a half. Her
Okay.
address looks like it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours away.
Okay. And are we very close to the New Jersey police station that we're supposed to go to?
I mean, I'm assuming you guys have been driving there, so for the moment, I will say yes.
Okay.
Still click-clacking away on making these numbers line up. So we don't have to kidnap anybody.
Yeah, that'll be a last resort, if anything.
Sorry, can't kidnap. Busy computing.
Sorry, can't kidnap. Busy committing fraud.
As you do.
There's a fine line, guys.
Yeah,
Fraud's fine. Driving without insurance is not.
We just learned that the line is Spider-Man costumes.
And Batman. If he gets to be Spider-Man, I get to be Batman.
Not being Spider-Man. That's the whole point.
Oh
That's
my
why the line is there.
So unreasonable.
Okay, so I need to figure out a way to stall Agent McDonald a little bit more. That's fine. I think I can do something.
No.
Do you all care, or do you want to just
when we spoke to him, we tried to play it off like this guy had been harassing you, and you didn't go to this stream. So he's done something to impersonate you. Do you want to stick with that play?
Chris?
I mean, I guess we gotta figure out a way to. And it's gonna be kind of hard considering, like, you again, it was your face on that stream, so.
Yeah, I think we tried, and they said that they verified, and it was a live stream that was not edited, and it was not like deepfake technology.
Was there a video, or was it just a podcast?
Pretty sure it was video, wasn't it?
It was video.
On Twitch.
Well, there was a video.
Yeah.
some reason I thought it was just a podcast.
I mean, I could just play dumb. Like I'm, you know, I'm enjoying the, um, high of being involved in the
Oh,
investigation, and I'm just
You're
trying to
just-
tell the guy what he wants so that he gets me the airtime, and I'm having a ton of fun with it. But
Going with
I,
the spotlight.
yeah, but
so like
I
You messing with these crazy people?
not intentionally, just like, yeah, just enjoying, the Spider-Man feeling.
Yeah.
Um,
You had to tell them what they wanted to hear. They were gonna cut the cameras on you, you know?
yeah.
Mhm.
But and then maybe the whatever, I can just say, look, I'm gonna go back to Columbia and sit in the lab until I have this figured out. I don't need any more information from anyone.
What if we play it like you were just trying to divert attention away from the investigation so they can investigate without interference?
Yeah, I mean, they had a leaked
True.
picture from the investigation, right? That was what they posted originally, and
Yeah.
I conceivably I got them to take it down, or I think I did,
Mhm.
anyways. So it's a bit
Yeah.
of playing dumb, but a bit of I was trying to help.
But yeah, if you swing it in the way of like you had to tell them what they wanted to hear to be able to get the picture taken down because it was an active crime investigation, they might buy it.
And then, when he inevitably asks, "Why didn't you just tell me?" I say, I'm part of the investigation.
I didn't know that I wasn't allowed to just do that.
Seem time sensitive.
I was
Okay.
already there. I was in the area.
You guys have rolled up to the police station.
Go stay in the backseat computing.
I'll
I'll get
give
the door for
Zoe,
Roger.
make a computer science roll for me.
God damn it. Can't believe you would do this to me.
You want to set up fake credit card history?
I
I'm
do.
sorry. That is a big
I-
ask.
So my computer science is 60 and I rolled a 60.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is that a pass?
If it is,
It's yeah.
if you roll it, you have to roll it or below.
Okay.
So
I didn't know if it was it or below it.
no, it's it or below.
I just passed.
Okay. Yeah, you still typing away. No issues.
Click click.
Okay. You guys heading in?
I'll give Frank the keys to before I get out and just like tell him to go tail Tia. But yes, I'm gonna go in. Gary, I mean, I'll
I'll come.
okay.
We're going to the lion's den. I think it'd be more
So,
suspicious if I
just-
didn't come.
Just to be clear, the two of you are going into the police station. You're leaving the other two to drive the 2 hours to New York to go
Yes.
tail the other person, and you guys are going to stay here with no ride. Okay.
Click click click.
There is urgency there.
I-
I think it's important that somebody get there. We can figure out a ride, another
Call
car.
it Uber.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uber's great.
That's
Okay,
going to be a
okay.
pretty expensive Uber.
On the Fed's dollar.
You walk in. It's lucky the receptionist is working late. Looks like she's just packing up to go home. But she immediately recognizes Dr. Julio and says, "Oh yeah, the FBI guy is parked in the one boardroom. I'll just let you through." Okay,
Thank
she
you.
buzzes you. She buzzes you through, and you see McDonald, with a very cold, very stale-looking cup of coffee, sitting at a boardroom table with just pictures splayed out all in the desk in front of him. He didn't hear you, approach right now.
I'll knock on the door.
Yo, you guys, good. Get in here.
I am so sorry. I did not want to. I did not realize. I'm sorry. You begin, and I'll stand until he tells me to sit. I'm gonna play up
just
the apologetic.
Go ahead, sit down.
I will close the door and like stand in front of it like a bodyguard, but also try and like keep an eye and see what's going on outside.
Okay. Well, I mean, outside the police station's pretty dead.
Okay, that's encouraging.
It's heading into the evening. So the bullpen has a skeleton crew. Being that Alliance isn't a big city or big town, it's probably only like 2 or 3 people, kind of milling about. Yeah, McDonald just kind of really is giving Roger a very hard stare across the table. It's just kind of like, so what are we gonna do about all of this?
I do not know. While we're talking, I wouldn't mind scanning the pictures, but the priority is the talking. So if there's like a lull or something where I can like hang my head dejectedly and look down, I will do so. But anyways, I'll leave that to resolve later.
It's easy enough to quickly glance at it as you're just sitting on the other side of the table. It's just all the crime scene photos.
Oh, what I've seen before. Okay, cool.
Yeah. There's nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Oh, actually, though, I will say, because you've now been keyed in more to it and stuff, you realize that like you see like a photo of the clock on the mantelpiece that had been smashed at exactly the time that had been mentioned before, and how that was related to the numbers.
Right. Okay.
You're seeing the number, the evidence numbers of all of the bullet holes from all of the pictures, and how yes, there is exactly 16 of them, just as there are exactly 16 numbers, right? Even though only 15 of the shots had actually gone into people. It's got the picture of the numbers. It's got pictures of the bodies and the blood and everything else too.
Right. Okay.
Actually, fuck, roll sanity for that, because that's
yeah, that's fair.
you're getting it.
$26 is a pass for me.
Okay. You don't lose anything.
Okay. I still take the check though, right? Or no?
No.
No. Okay.
You didn't fail.
Right. Okay. I would not presume to make that decision, but I would excuse myself from the case if that is what's required. I would sit at a desk and reviews the numbers until I find something. I want to make this right. I'm very sorry.
Okay. Just we need to figure out what this whole thing is all about. Like I'm gonna be straight with you that we're heading into the end of the second day of this case, and I can't find any reason why this kid goes nuts and murders an entire family 2 hours away that he has literally no connection to. I keep looking back at this number code he sprayed on the ground, hoping it's going to give me something, but obviously I'm not mathematically inclined enough to figure out what it is. And maybe it's because I'm so desperate at this point, and maybe it's because I don't think that you're, an agent that I need to be concerned about, a fellow Fed or whatnot, who I need to look good in front of or whatnot. But you gotta help me here, man. You gotta figure something out. or I'm gonna have to call in another math expert. So here's what we do going forward. You get 24 hours. Figure out anything. If you don't, I'm pulling you off the case. We're gonna get a different expert in here. Because somebody needs to be able to figure something out.
I understand. I do not want this to sound condescending, but I would prepare you for the possibilities that the numbers mean nothing. I will continue trying.
Then if they
but-
mean nothing, there needs to be another reason. People don't just drive 2 hours to kill somebody that they don't know.
Yes.
So we need a reason.
I understand. Thank you for being patient. I will return to Colombia, use their facilities since it gives me access to the information.
Sure.
I will come to you when I have an answer. Thank you.
Oh, and doctor, one more thing. If you ever tamper with evidence on a crime scene again, or go on, news without letting me know ever again, you're going straight to jail. Great. Get out of here.
I get out of there.
Think you're burning through all your get out of jail free cards, man.
He still
Getting
needs
this
me.
close to like getting booted.
He still needs me. I think when we have the answer, we're gonna phone it in.
From a burner that he can't trace.
Yeah.
While I'm computing, I'm going to tell Frank as he's driving, when we stop, you should text one or both of the other two and ask them if they can scribble some things in his notebook that kind of lead people to believe that he spoke to this Tia person at some point and gave information to get that would give her access to his accounts and stuff, that maybe something that looks like maybe when he was on the phone or when he was digging up research of where to find her.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. I'll definitely keep that in mind when we finally stop.
So I'm thinking maybe when he goes back to the university and whatnot, he can stumble across something that might be interesting. And then they could look into this bank account.
Okay. So that's that piece. I guess the two of you, being Frank and James, you're driving to New York still. Gary and Roger, you're now what's the deal? Is everybody just kind of meeting up for the stakeout on Tia, or do you guys want to do something else?
I think one way or another we can probably meet up. I was kind of half expecting to be detained, so that was why I sent them ahead, but that took less than 10 minutes probably, so.
Oh, if we're only 10 minutes away, then.
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh, also don't forget you're in the location where the evidence is probably kept. So
That's true.
Sneak in and steal the pictures.
There's so many. No, we're better to just discredit. I don't know. I think we're better to discredit the pictures at this point because there's so many. He had 3 copies on his desk that he was sitting looking at.
One of our instructions is.
Oh, I meant more that you potentially could look at the gun, but okay.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we were told to look at the serial number, but I mean, I don't know. I think Roger believes that Tia's right. and he doesn't need to corroborate. Like he doesn't need to do the
Assuming.
math for himself. I don't
Okay.
know. Gary, how do
Seems to know
how
what
do you
she's
feel?
talking about.
Yeah.
Roger realizes
should we-
he's not a real math expert.
Oh, does he ever?
Unlike Frank, who's like, I work for Zine.
I'm deep into like my character. It's like
I'm picturing just the whole ride over, like James is in the back, like trying to do all this intricate banking shit, and Frank's just going on about how like, man, just
great
nobody
article
gets
this
it
was.
anymore.
We need
The
a
digital,
resurgence of zines.
yeah, the digital world just has no soul, man. Blog posts, what is this shit?
He took his
Like-
research for this character way too far. Now he's invested. He's like, I bought stocks in Zine. I'm broke.
turns out like Frank took a course in like method acting, and he's just like committed.
The ultimate yes and.
He's just got a crate now in the back of the car that he just like, it's just full of zines. Everywhere he goes, he just buys more and throws them in.
Doesn't read him.
Gotta support the
No.
economy.
Yep.
I think that as curious as I am as to what all this means, I don't think we need to understand it. I think we just need to get ahead of it. Which means it doesn't matter if she's right about the serial number or not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if she is, but I don't think it's worth pissing off
One-
Agent McDonald anymore. Trying to get a look at that.
Yeah. One of our tasks was destroy all photos of the number from our handbook.
Yeah.
It's online, or it's
Yeah, I mean, I
don't
think, yeah.
that's
I mean-
doable. I think the best alternative
Aren't
is to
you-
discredit it.
Versed in computer science as well.
That's why I know we can't scrub it.
Okay. So what are we doing?
Well, we'll call him back. Like we'll get the car. If we're only in there for 10 minutes, I'm willing to lose that, get back together, and
Hmm.
Okay.
head to Tia. Right? I mean, I don't know. Unless, sorry, what were you gonna say, Mike?
No, that makes sense to me.
Cool. Okay.
Well, I was gonna say it might be harder to discredit the numbers since this guy is now relying on them showing him some connection between Wei and this family.
Oh, and these numbers are gonna show a connection, all right.
I think at this point, what we probably got to remember is that the numbers aren't the problem. The numbers themselves aren't the problem. The equation is the problem. Maybe we should be trying to destroy this book.
The
Which
book
Because we
also,
have
with his
uh,
notes.
Zoe, roll computer science again.
God damn it!
That reminds me, I had
Only
wanted to
been
look
10
into where I
minutes.
found that. You're right.
Oh God, where'd that go?
That's why I wanted to look at the university library, see if you found it there.
58. It's a pass.
Nice. No,
again,
still
just barely.
Click, click.
clickety click, click, click.
So let's see.
click, click.
Hopefully he buys this this phony bank account that James is.
Nah,
setting up.
she's creating the best worst bank account for some like Cayman Island bank. She's got Dina's social insurance number. She's got it all set up. She's figured out how to like
Oh, yeah.
a month ago. Like it's going swimmingly. Just taking a long time.
Hey Scoops, if you drive by a grocery store, do you mind running in and get me a case of Mountain Dew?
Sure.
Gonna be up all
I'm gonna
night
see-
with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I could add some. See if I could find some more zines in there too.
Oh, perfect.
Mike's room kind of looks like it stole all the color from Chris's. Oh, Sam, that's a low blow, man. Don't be like that.
Yes, all my colors been just sucked away. Just as you know,
Oh,
as much
well.
as Jennifer Aniston sucks the youth.
Okay. You guys have the 2-hour drive back to New York. Is there anything we care about along the way, or are we just kind of still
Click,
scheming?
click, click.
Should we go back to Columbia? Let's see if we can't figure out more about this book. Or should we just monitor this Tia person?
Well,
Why
I
don't
mean,
we-
so you could look like the copy he has like publisher information and shit in it. Right?
Yeah, if we had,
Did it? I thought it was just a couple of passages that were photographed.
No, it's the whole book.
it was a whole book.
It's
It's
the
a
whole book.
Yes.
And you took it.
Oh.
I think. I mean,
That
if we have
also-
the
that also begs-
ISBN,
Yeah, I was just gonna say that also begs like if it was in the university library, why would he have a copy of the
Yeah,
whole
then it would
book?
have. Yeah. So I'd like to then investigate the book and see if there's any markings or anything that might give me any insight on where that book has been.
Do.
So I
Okie
think Roger's right that
dokie.
that might be part of containing this.
Okay. So the copy of the book that you're looking at, it looks like it was published in 1944, translated by one Maurice Esther, and was published by Educational Studies Books.
Frank's driving right now, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can I look around online for this educational studies books?
For
Sorry, that's
sure.
Scoops is driving?
It is
Scoops
Scoops.
who's Frank?
There is no Frank, only Scoops.
God, I gave him an alter ego, and it's just become his whole character.
Yeah.
It slowly encroached, and I have become full Scoops.
He
Goes,
Only
goes back to
Scoops.
work, sits at the desk, just like, I don't know who I am anymore.
when this is all over, his character's gone. He's going to work for Z.
Yeah.
He's gonna go start up his own
Yeah.
self-published. That's what you gotta do, man. It's the only way you keep the the economy going.
Oh, exactly.
Gotta keep zines alive, you know?
Okay, so Mike, you don't find a ton. They were a fairly small company. They went bankrupt like 60 years ago. Their only known credit is this book, The Book of Many Wonders, and of it they published only a couple hundred copies before stopping. Doesn't look like it sold very well. Everyone that worked at the company through kind of, the 40s is dead. Natural causes, nothing suspicious. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I
What-
guess I'll say like the reason that just to put a bow on it. It looks like the company was just created as a small break-off from another textbook manufacturing company or kind of translation-based company. This was the only project they kind of took up, didn't work. That's it.
It's a company called March Technologies. Okay.
No, they're
Alright.
called Majestic 12. Kidding.
Okay.
Timing would fit. Never mind.
Yeah. All right. I got nothing else to go on for that for the moment.
Did it have like a serial number or something if there are only a few hundred printed?
No,
Okay. I don't know how publishing works.
I don't either.
Are there any stamps or handwritten names or anything in the book?
Well, there's a lot of handwritten stuff in the book. No names or
Anything that
anything.
looks not very mathy. Okay.
No, it's all math stuff. Yeah, you
Gas
can't.
is,
You can't make sense of it.
Tia. Yeah. All right.
We could. Oh well, nah, never mind. They're
I-
dead.
Actually, wait. We'll do this because it's fun. Is Gary like really kind of intently looking at this thing for a while?
Yeah. Yeah.
Roll luck for me.
You might get lucky.
18.
It's really weird because at the end of the book, you see this kind of again a 16-digit number, and then it just has the word "hello" with an exclamation mark written beside it. Can't seem to figure out why though.
Do I know what this 16-digit number means? Is it like a serial number or a barcode?
Don't know.
What are
Does it look like some sort of cipher or code?
Not on first glance.
Okay. You say it's on the last page
Yes.
or just a random page? Yeah, the last
Nope. The last page.
What's the page number?
Oh man,
Okay, not relevant. Gotcha.
doesn't matter.
I mean, if it's
It's all
triple
about the
six,
numbers, baby. The page number is
Yeah,
irrelevant.
sure. It's 666. There you go.
did
Well, we'll
did
throw
you
some
give
freaking
us the
Bible studies
16-digit
into
number?
it. I did not.
Can we get it?
No, because I'd have to make it up, and I don't want to.
Oh my god.
How
It
much
sounds
did you
like
pay
it's
for
not
the
relevant.
Fine. You guys are all obsessed about it. Then we'll do it this way. Frank, you finally noticed that the number is.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the
no,
number
no.
is
Again.
we lost
The
Cody.
number is
He was
one.
about to say-
He was about to say the number out
Sorry.
loud, and
Oh no.
No, he's back.
Dak-
Sorry. Yep. No, I was gonna say fine if this is how we're going. If we're gonna push for it, Frank,
Yeah, I
you keep staring at it and realize that, or sorry, Gary, you
You
keep
say
staring at it.
Frank, you're driving.
It's
I'm
fine.
Who's
he's reading a
Frank?
zine while he's driving.
You're. God. Okay, am I back? Can you guys
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You realize that a bunch of stuff is embedded in the number that's related to you. The number contains your social insurance number, your age, and the latitude and longitude of your home address, as well as the exact time that you look up and look at the clock.
Nope.
Gary, you're next.
Was this part of the photocopied, or was this written over top of the photocopied pages?
It's written. It's like handwritten in the margins and in the back on the last page. So particularly, like I said, this number that you're seeing right there, right beside hello, contains all that information.
You've
Yeah.
been tagged.
It's kind
Roll
of
sanity,
freaky.
please.
Does the writing match the rest of the writing marking up this
Yep.
book like Michael Ways?
Roll sanity, please.
I'm adapted to helplessness. That's
Book's
spooky.
alive. Kill the book.
Yeah, I think this has to be unnatural now, though, because this isn't
Okay.
just helplessness.
All right.
It's a living
nice.
book. It's a mimic.
Okay, roll a d4.
Oh, that's really unnerving. Yeah, I can see that. Ouch. That's 4.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oof.
All right. That's going to cause some catatonia. Gary is now in a catatonic state. For
Why
I
did you
mean-
get 5?
just staring at no 4. but that's
What?
still how he's reacting.
Okay, cool.
He's just gonna stare at that page. That's all.
Pretty unsettling when a book starts talking to you, you know?
Yep.
I don't notice. I'm still clacking away sitting next to him in the back seat.
I guess I probably don't notice if I'm in the front too.
I mean,
Maybe
Scoops
I'll ask
is
him a question at some
just
point.
driving in.
Yeah, again, Scoops is just constantly like punching Roger, just trying to tell him to invest in like pulp and paper, like keep zines going.
We're gonna need plenty of ink.
This guy I know, man, he's got an old school printing press. Like we're going all the way back. Like
Did you meet this guy in the last 2 days?
We've been together the whole time.
You've been Scoops for maybe 48 hours. When did
And
you meet
already
this-
Frank is going down. Already Frank's going down to like a whole, just a spiral of his own insanity.
He's making sanity rolls and losing sanity from being Scoops and
Yeah.
losing himself.
at a certain point. I don't even know how to play that because at the end the character's just gonna like go nuts and not even do anything. Great. Okay. So otherwise it takes you guys again, 2 hours to get to stake out Tia's place. It's fairly late at night now. You see the light in what you think is her apartment, just based on kind of where you guys are parked and whatnot. And I will just say straight up from now, as you guys kind of take shifts, kind of watching, her light stays on the entire night.
Is there a fire escape?
No. No, it looks like it's a the building doesn't have one.
Time is it when we roll up?
Probably about like 11. You're still working.
And is Gary still
Roll
kind of
computer
time?
science.
I'm gonna say
60.
yes.
60, goddammit. Okay.
What can you say? James knows what he's doing.
I'm just making it. Literally. I barely know what I'm doing, apparently.
It's those mass transactions now that you're just tippity typing.
Yo, Scoops,
Okay.
did you get those Mountain Dews?
I mean, I assume we had to stop at some point to get the Mountain Dew, so
Just shotgunning them. Just
Yeah, just, hey, can you crack one open for me? Do you have straws?
gonna
sure,
drink
sure
this
thing.
with,
Just
like curly straw.
I'll get one of those helmets and
Yep,
that's the
there you
straw.
go.
Put 2 cans in upside down.
just careful not to spill on any of my zines.
I would like to reinvestigate the book, looking for any further messages to me.
We all know this isn't gonna
Yeah.
go well.
Can't seem to find any.
The book
I'm
doesn't
just
like you
gonna go through
anymore.
it again and again until I find something.
Okay.
Is there going to be like a message for each of us if we try to look through it?
Can't look, typing. Coding.
I'm assuming at some point either we change shifts or someone asks Gary a question. I would like to think that one of us has noticed that he is just unresponsive digging through this book.
Not now. I'm seeing if the book has anything else to
Yeah.
say to me.
I was gonna say, maybe when you pass back the Mountain Dews.
Yeah,
I would
passed
assume
back
you'd
the-
offer one to him.
Gary, you want some? What's this? Geez, nothing you drink should be this color. All right. You want one of these, Gary?
Forgot that he's high class.
Not now. I'm looking for messages.
Would you like your phone? It's up here on the dash.
No.
Oh, well,
I keep
what kind of
flipping through the pages.
Gary, the messages? What are you talking about?
Well, the book is trying to talk to us.
How
Well,
can a book talk to us?
and therein lies the problem, Gary. I thought we'd been over this.
Now the zines, they speak to you.
Scoops, or are you Frank? Scoops right now? Can you?
I know. It's Scoops. It is
Just
Scoops.
flipping through my book.
Scoops, it sounds like your philosophical area. Can you maybe have a chat with Gary and figure out what he's saying?
All right, I'll try my best. What exactly you mean by this book is talking to you here?
Hey,
Look,
buddy.
I found this message to me. I'm looking for more.
And just the message to you, like specifically you, like not just a general message.
Yeah, no. Here, I'll show him. I'll show him the hello, and I'll point out, or I'll point out that the time matched some of the numbers, or whatever it was that they matched up with.
I think it's your
Okay.
social security number.
Oh yeah, and that's my
your-
social security number.
Yeah, and then it ended in the time
And
you
that
looked
one
at the
is
clock.
Jake's social security number. So
Chris, what's Frank's human score?
What is my human score? I got 50%.
Okay. Look, dude really believes that all this shit's embedded in a number. That sounds kind of crazy, personally speaking. But he's clearly going through something.
Well, I mean, in all my years of zine experience, this is not something not something I'm exactly familiar with.
Whoa, your zine's all the way up to 16 digits? Jeez.
Oh,
How many years have you been working on that, bro?
so many issues.
I gotta say, as a quick sidebar, I did not expect this for like my Frank character, but I'm also loving it at the same time.
This is why you don't play games with me, because I will just
Yep.
will ruin everything you love about your character.
Who's Frank?
Oh, no.
Okay. At that point, the sun is starting to come up, and Zoe, James's phone rings. It's from an unlisted number.
Am I still working?
Yes. Roll computer science.
93.
You
Ooh.
ran into a problem. It looks like the bank down in the Cayman Islands shut down for a couple hours, to sleep in the middle of the night, because people kind of do that. So it's putting a bit of a delay into your transaction records.
Oh my god. Who's calling me right now? They're ruining my groove. Pick up my phone. Hello?
You recognize the gruff voice as the person who sent you to this mission, and it's basically just kind of like, hey, I'm sending you a link. You need to see this right now. And he hangs up, and there's a text message with a link.
Looking at the link, does it look like a virus?
It's a virus.
No.
I click the link. I keep the volume off on my phone though.
Okay. So the link leads you to a local news station in Modesto, California.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a breaking news alert of a family of 4 that has been found dead under suspicious circumstances. Julius Sward, Annetta Sward, Anthony Sward, and Evelyn Sward. So
Mhm.
Julius and Annette, children, are found in the ruins of their home, which was burned to the ground around them. So far, the police believe that they have been shot by a small caliber weapon, but they have not found the weapon yet, and still being investigated.
He's on the list, Julius.
Yeah.
The mailing list.
Ooh.
Okay,
We
so
need to go up to Tia's apartment right now.
yeah, that's she might be another target or the next target.
And
Do you
I think
the
we
list was targets and not people going to do the things?
I'm gonna say we're gonna leave it there for this week.
Ah,
Ah,
Can't believe that phone call just interrupted my groove. I was getting so much computing done, and
No, you
it's
see, I told
all
you.
that phone call's
Told
fault
you.
that it stopped.
Told you the bank is what ruined it for you.
No,
Okay.
no. It was that phone call.
Okay, gang. So next time we keep digging deeper, I guess. Anybody have any questions or concerns about that?
I have many concerns about that.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
He's about to go kick in this lady's apartment door.
Yeah, absolutely.
gotta make sure she's okay.
You say the light's been on all night?
Yep.
And people are killing others, and oh my god, this is not good.
Mm.
What if Anita went out, or not Anita? What if Tia went out and killed that family?
Then
'Cause
she
her
got to
numbers.
California really fast.
Yeah. Or she lied about where she was. But that
Or
would
she
be-
lied about where she was.
We'll find out next time.
Maybe.
Until next week. Bye, gang.
Bye.
All right.